Alright, so we got 20 on 20 Italian champions, which have normal melee armor. There's missing Gamesons, I think. Versus the Muisca, which get the 6 melee armor, which, as you can see, here's 20 on 20. They win. 6 left. 10 on 10, the champions win. And 1 on 1, right? Winning with a decent amount of health left, so there's something happening here. Larger numbers of champions. I've run this a few times, and I've seen as high as 11 Champi warriors remaining in the 20 on 20 fight. I've seen them even win a 10 on 10 fight, where in general, depending on who gets the first hit, champion ending with 16 to 20 HP. So as you can see here, the 10 on 10, the Champi won. Very decisive. Again, a 7. So Champi are actually, and I will test this with other civs, but for now, the melee armor, and it's got to be the pathing. They have the same attack rate. 1-on-1, they lose. Should be a decisive victory for the champions, but the Champi are taking it every time. And I know you don't believe me. You want me to run it again. I will. So this might be like a Crambit situation where they're just able to find fights. You see the champions are they're doing a lot of wandering. You see how they wander around? The Champi are quick and they're decisive to pick their targets and fight. There's better pathing 100%. Like the 10 on 10, it's not as much, but in the big scattered fights, the Champi seem to take it. Now look at, there's 10 left. So sometimes they're really on point. Alright, so we'll do the 2P next here. Same exact thing, I'll just switch the civ. We're keeping Italians just for some generic champions. 20 on 20. 2P, I believe, most purely attack faster. So they're struggling here. They might take this, though. They're still going to take it. They shouldn't be taking it. They are. Similar. They look like they're doing very similar. We're going to run that one more time. They're doing very similar to the Muisca. So as far as I know, they attack faster. They're missing the final attack, just like the Muisca. But that seems to be negated by their fast attack rate. Ending with 7. Almost winning the 10 on 10. And yeah, that champion, should be. They should have 25 health each fight, but the pathing here is hurting them. So let's see what else they get. And remember, these units that are dying return 50% of their cost as the 2B. They're cheaply upgraded. They're cheaper to get to, I believe, in general. Yeah, so they're just attacking 25% faster, which is not just. That's equal to the 3 melee armor, maybe even better. Let's do one more. In fact, we'll do 2 more. We've come this far. Let's go. We'll switch. We'll go right to Inca. I'm not sure what they get either. I think they get slight melee armor. 10 on 10 fight. Let's take a look at them. They do get an extra pierce armor. So they're like the Incan Eagle there. So they're probably more of a range specialty there. But still drawing a close fight here. Not going to take it. It's the first time I've seen. That is the single first time I've seen the Champi lose the 20 on 20 fight. For some weird reason, they're winning the 10 on 10 fight. So we definitely need to run that again. And that's about average with the Muisca, or with the 2B there. So it's a pathing issue. Maybe it's the way the AI is set up here. They seem very scattered, very slow to pick their targets. Maybe in game that's going to look very different. I don't know. There we go. The Inca are winning that. Decisive victory for the champions. So that flip-flopped. So it's all about pathing here. Inca, what else do they get? They're cheaper in food. And they get that extra melee and pierce armor. So this just might be a scenario editor thing. That's very possible. This might be a waste of all of your time. As this Civ I have not played at all. The Mapuche. I know they get some special things as well. So at least you'll be learning about some special things. Again, what are they doing? What? The Champi seem like they have no trouble connecting. I'm going to go in and change personality after this fight and see if that has any direct. They have a lot of HP. They have full attack. It's almost winning. One-on-one, it's almost winning. So this is definitely the strongest. That's the best I've seen them take in a one-on-one fight. So that's very close. The point I'm trying to make here is not just that they're comparable, with the champions having a slight edge, but within your numbers game, 10. I've seen Muisca go 11. So losing the 10 out of 10 fight. Again, 4 HP. So these on paper are some of the strongest. So let's test that theory, and we will look at the personality of player 2. Which is personality is none. I'm going to go with standard. Usually I avoid that because one of them wants to go scout. Make sure. Yeah, that's why. That's why we don't do that. Alright, so probably even going to be a worse situation here for Mr. Champions. Alright, yeah, this is definitely not the personality to test. Let's try a different personality. Standard just wants to run around. HD version? I don't. Oh, wait. That's player 1. Player 2 is. Last test. Okay, that was pointless. As you can see, I worked in the champion's favor that round. What happened here? What the heck happened there? Very, very odd. Looks like each. I don't want to see that again. Do they each just line up and take a fight? Because that would be the better pathing issue. Oh my gosh, look at that. They just lined up exactly. Like, that's how it should go down. Look at this, the AI. The AI is on point here. Okay, is this the fix? Is this the problem fix? Alright, after with some playing around, if I give the personality of player 2 the HD version AI, they take fights extremely clean and will win, as they should. that is not what I tend to see in the game. And you can, show you here. They do, some of them run around. That's why I usually don't use it. Is, we'll run off. Even with a few scouting, the champions, this is what should happen, right? Very cleanly taking their fights. This 3 of the champions ran away. That's why I usually do personality none. But I feel like that's not the pathing in the game. I do see them bounce around like crazy people.